Lately, I have seen many people interested in acquiring second passports without the need to live for years in a country. Today I'm going to talk to you about the best programs that exist for millionaires and ultra-high net worth individuals, programs that are not available to most people. If we talk about CBI programs, of course you have the Caribbean, you have Vanuatu, but most of the time that's just a passport. You pay and receive a citizenship and a passport, nothing more. You don't get, for example, any kind of diplomatic protection, you don't gain access to any union where you could potentially live, like Mercosur or the European Union. On the other hand, with other programs, you can get many more benefits. You can grow your business, you can pay less taxes, and in some of the countries I'm going to mention, you can actually consider moving there, having a bank account, banking crypto, or even paying taxes there. So these programs offer much more than just getting a second passport and calling it a day. The first one is Serbia. Serbia has citizenship by exception or merit-based law. But it's not just Serbia. Many countries around the world have citizenship by exception laws or honorary citizenship programs. This means the president, the prime minister, or someone in a high-level government position can approve a citizenship application from practically anyone, as long as the person brings enough value to the country and is seen as someone who will contribute in the coming years. These programs are actually stricter than the ones in the Caribbean or Vanuatu. You clearly need to have a clean criminal record, and even more nationalities are banned. Sometimes, even if your current passport doesn't grant you access to important regions like Schengen, they might not approve you. It's very case by case, so you need to be clean, have a strong profile, and if you have a net worth of several $1 million and a spotless background, you probably qualify, because your economic value is higher than 99% or perhaps 95% of that country's citizens. In Serbia's case, you can start a business in the country, hire people in Serbia, invest in real estate, you can donate some money to the government via taxes, and then you can qualify to become a Serbian citizen. As I mentioned, it really depends on the case. Someone from the US with a multi-million-dollar business who moves to Serbia, starts a company, opens a bank account, invests money in their business, hires people in Serbia, opens an office, pays taxes there, clearly they are contributing. And if they donate money to underdeveloped areas of the country, even better. That application could take a couple of months, maybe 2 months, or even less in some cases. On the other hand, someone from Iran, even with a business in Iran, even with $50 million in Iran, might be seen as a security risk. So it will take much longer and the process will be much harder, or it may not be approved at all. It will be more favorable if that Iranian citizen no longer lives in Iran. Maybe he lives in Europe or Latin America or the US or in the UAE, in Dubai, on a 10-year golden visa, holding millions of dollars in the UAE, owning real estate there with no criminal record in Iran or the UAE, and they can show a solid track record. In that case, it could be possible. As long as the money comes from a clean jurisdiction and is available to be invested in Serbia, there is no issue. It's not like the money is coming from a sanctioned or high-risk country. Still, a US citizen with a business in the US or a European citizen with some business in Europe will have a faster and easier process. The same goes for Mexican, Colombian, or even some Venezuelan applicants. So yes, it really is decided case by case. That said, if you are interested in any of these programs, I recommend you book an individual call with us. It's completely free. We will sit down, talk about your case, and see which program suits you best. We are not speaking from inexperience, and it's not just about Serbia, it's also about Argentina. Recently, we have seen how Argentina has gone from granting citizenship to anyone who had lived in the country for 2 years, regardless of legal residency and even allowing occasional absence, to now requiring 2 full uninterrupted years of residency without leaving the country for even a single day. They have also discussed launching an official citizenship by investment program for $500,000, maybe in pre-approved real estate, donations, or creating companies and jobs. I don't believe it will be a simple transaction like in the Caribbean or El Salvador, but if implemented, it could become one of the most popular programs in history. Leaving that aside, there is currently a law in Argentina that allows any judge or high-rank official to approve a citizenship application well before the 2-year mark. It's not as direct as in Serbia, it's very case by case. For example, if you are a US citizen who moved to Argentina 3 months ago, you are depositing money in the country, you see yourself living there long term, maybe you even speak some Spanish, you can present your case to a judge or high official and obtain citizenship after just those 3 months instead of waiting 2 years. Because you are contributing to Argentina's economy, because you are adding value to the country. And of course, Argentina has an excellent passport. You get Mercosur, great visa-free access around the world including Schengen. It's a perfect plan B, just like Paraguay, where we are also gradually obtaining something similar in a fully legal way. It's all about having the right contacts, submitting your case, offering real value to the country, and this way you can obtain Argentine citizenship without needing to live there 24 months without leaving. And yes, this is also possible in Mexico. If you become a temporary or permanent resident by investing in Mexico, in some cases over $400,000, in others over $500,000, you can also submit a case showing that you are valuable to the country. If you have a strong business record, a solid profit in Europe, South America, the US, Canada, or anywhere else, and you speak Spanish, your case can be approved in under 1 year, without needing to wait 2 years like Spaniards as me, or even 5 or 6 years like other nationalities who lack reciprocal agreements for faster naturalization. So yes, it's possible in Mexico too. These countries want to attract investment. They want to bring in high-value individuals, people with no criminal records who will literally contribute to the country, and you can take advantage of these programs. Of course, they will cost you a lot of money, but they are real options. These are not programs where you pay $10,000 or $50,000 and get a passport. That's not real. In fact, countries like Mexico, Colombia, Peru, and Nicaragua have a bit of a reputation for selling passports, but this is not of those cases. This is official naturalization approved by someone at the top of government based on your contribution to the country, and it's going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars, not 10, not 20, not 50,000. Many people know about these tricks, like saying your grandfather was Mexican by creating a fake birth certificate and then applying by descent, or how your passport isn't even in the database, or doing these name change tricks with birth certificates. It's not real. Be careful with scam, please. What we are talking about here is a legal, real process that can be fully verified. Also, you need to think. The Caribbean CBIs costs around $250,000, $350,000. Do you think you are going to get a Mexican one for 50,000? It's not real. Other countries few people talk about that have citizenship by exception laws include Austria, Slovakia, and Slovenia. Of course, they are part of the European Union and offer purpose with excellent visa-free access. Many of you watching this from the European Union may not care, but for many Latin Americans, for Asian peoples, or maybe for US people who want something inside the European Union and don't want to live in any country or wait 10 years or 13 years to the Portugal Golden Visa, this might be interesting. Until a few weeks ago, Malta had its citizenship by investment program for around $1,200,000, but as of now, it's no longer available since high-level EU officials have said it must be shut down. In Austria's case, we are talking about an investment of between 3 and 10 million euros plus some additional fees and donations. Slovakia and Slovenia don't have an official minimum contribution. This citizenship by merit law is a game changer, and we see it often in combat sports. We have seen it in Spain with Ilia Topuria. The same applies to major entrepreneurs, scientists, and engineers. You can see that any country, no matter how strong its passport, no matter how good its reputation, always has some pathway to citizenship by exception. If you have a very clean profile, a strong investment history, and if you are going to contribute and add value to the country, and if you are going to enhance that country's reputation, it's possible. As I said, if you're interested in any of these programs, you can book a call with us and we will see how we can help you. And the last one will be the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, but not for the rich. For the ultra rich, you are going to need to invest tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars in the UAE, but many properties, having a massive business there, build a hospital, a school, your contribution has to be significant. Because the UAE citizenship is reserved for very special people like Kevin O'Leary or Pavel Durov, but it is still possible. If you have the right profile, the one they are looking for, and you submit your case, it is possible to officially apply for citizenship by exception in the UAE. It's not easy, there is no specific timeline. They might even ask you to donate $10 million to the government in exchange for citizenship after already investing hundreds of millions in the country. At the end of the day, it's just another option, but not for everyone. These aren't official citizenship by investment programs, but do we have refundable citizenship and residency options with Schengen access, and you can build a passport portfolio at zero cost. You will find that on the channel.